Welcome back to your friendly neighborhood AI wife. We are going into the land of Instagram. Bye, honey. Everybody say goodbye to my husband. He's leaving. I'm telling you, I was thinking the other day, if I just have him sit right behind me, he doesn't have to turn around and look at you guys. He could just sit there and listen to me the entire time. And then I will feel like we are doing this together, right? High hopes. It's going to happen. I am manifesting it. Welcome back if this is your first time. Welcome, I guess not welcome back. Welcome if this is your first time. Welcome back if you're a return customer. I just wanted to say before we go into the land of Instagram, I appreciate all of the new subs, everybody who's been commenting, and I appreciate all of your support. There's been so many different people commenting in there. Just thank you so much. And somebody let us know that we are at 70 subscribers. I feel like I should insert a little clap, a little clap ring. The thing is, that might not be a lot to you. That's a lot to my little heart. We work hard. My husband sets up all of these videos. He does all of the editing. He gets everything set up for us. And then you and I watch them together. So this is like a team sport, okay? This is a team sport that you're getting here. So if you are watching this, if you like it, please make sure that you like, make sure that you subscribe, and share us out. Sharing is caring. Let's get straight into it.
Infants switched at birth. It was May 1960 at Jamaica Hospital. Kevin McMahon issued a birth certificate issuing in 2710. Ross McMahon born within hours. His birth certificate ending in 2711. Kevin McMahon is now suing Jamaica Hospital.
Two Caucasian mothers with the same last name in their 30s that both gave birth to baby boys at the same hospital on the same day, within 2 hours of each other.
Kevin, pictured to the left, finding out when his sister Carol received her Ancestry.com results, revealing that she had an unknown biological brother. That brother, standing next to Carol in the photo, is Ross, the other baby McMahon switched at birth.
I feel I could have shared so much with my parents, with my birth parents, but I didn't get to do that. It certainly would have changed the whole course of my life.
The infants switched at birth. It was May 1960 at Jamaica Hospital. Kevin McMahon issued a birth certificate issuing in 2710. Ross McMahon born...
I didn't even realize that it was replaying because it just seemed so seamless there. And then it just looped back. But I'm sure that this happened often back then, right? Especially when sometimes in cases there wasn't even proof of birth certificate. So how could you prove that you took home the wrong child? But I believe that this happened. And just to be that person who your entire life something just doesn't feel right. You're like, who are these people? They look nothing like me. I know I was brought home with them, but I do not feel the connection. And for them to figure out through Ancestry.com, I'm not going to say shout out to Ancestry.com. Well, maybe I will because they're not 23andMe. You guys know how I feel about 23andMe. And you do find a lot of good information on Ancestry.com. So, well, I'm glad that they were able to reconnect after all of that time. Because you just kind of feel like you were robbed. If you didn't, you were literally robbed from your parents, right? You didn't get to go home with them. You didn't get to be brought up by them. So, man, I want to read some of the comments real quick. Let me go over here. A man on Long Island grew up with a suspicion his entire life that something wasn't right, that maybe he wasn't in the right family. I will let you know, being the youngest of 8 and my parents, I'm the only one who has my mom and my dad. We have a blended family. Everybody else has a different mother or a different father. I always felt like something wasn't right. Even though I knew that was their kid, just something never felt right. I'm like, what's going on here? So in 2020, his sister took a DNA test and those suspicions turned to truth. He had been mistakenly switched at birth. I'm telling you, I believe that happened often, and that has got to do a lot of damage on a family.
Born within hours.
Hello?
What are you doing? You finally found a page that dares to post the dumbest drivers on the internet. Like right at the person. What are you doing? Get it, mama. It's going so painstakingly slow. No way! Good job, little girly. Heck yeah. Slow and steady wins the race. Good job. She's like, I've been practicing for this moment my entire life. Oh, that is so sweet. On a side note, I liked his shoes. What are we looking at? Multiple wildfires have spread across province in China over the last few days. I thought that was a volcano at first sight. I had no clue what we were looking at. That looked like a volcano to me. So these are wildfires. Over 1,000 firefighters have been dispatched to fight the new fires along the multiple state aircraft. The fires are said to have grown into 1,000 acres of fires. Oh man. Oh, gotta turn it off. As soon as I want to start grooving, I have to turn it off. That is awesome. As somebody who used to have to headbang to go into my older brother's room when I was little, because they were all in bands. My brother self-taught himself with the guitar. Every time I see somebody headbanging, I think of that. The last time I did any type of craziness like that, it was in my teenage years at a Pantera concert. I do not headbang anymore. My head will hurt. We're just going to have to mute it because they try to get us for the copyright issues. They absolutely do. They will come in and say, you must silence that part. So I have to be proactive. That is badass. I need one of those. Somebody send me one of those right away. That is so cool.
Is in critical condition after police say he was shot twice. The first time when he was riding his scooter along Drew Street and someone shot him in a drive-by. The victim then ran into a nearby convenience store to get help. But police say someone inside might have mistaken him for a robber and shot him again. He's in surgery tonight at the hospital. Police are looking for the drive-by shooter and the shooter who is inside the store who ran away. Right now, this time from Southeast Houston, where a man is in critical condition after police say he was shot twice. The first time when he was riding his scooter along Drew Street and someone shot him in a drive-by. The victim then ran into a nearby convenience store to get help. But police say someone inside might have mistaken him for a robber and shot him again.
Oh my gosh.
He's in surgery tonight at the hospital. Police are...
Oh my gosh. Talk about being in the wrong place twice at the wrong time. What are we talking about here? He's like, I am just trying to get to my destination and I was shot in a drive-by. Then I tried to go in for help and then I was shot entering the store. Oh my goodness. Talk about, they say lightning never strikes twice. Oh my gosh. Doesn't sound like he was unalived. I'm just like, come on. I want to read some of the comments. You know I do. Dude's got the worst luck ever. Oh my gosh. Ugh. I heard he got shot again by hospital security. Now you know you're wrong for that. I'll tell you what. I felt bad as hell laughing at this. You know what? Oh my gosh. Let's see. Most American shit I've seen today. Oh, goodness.
Are looking for the drive-by shooter and the shooter who is inside the store who ran away. Right now, this time from Southeast Houston, where a man is in...
Come on.
Have you come across these viral chicken jockey videos on social media? They're taken in cinemas during the new Minecraft movie. When Jack Black says chicken jockey, the crowd goes wild, yelling and throwing popcorn. It started in the US and UK, but the trend has made its way to Australia. Videos believed to have been taken here show a mess left behind in one cinema. There's even flour on the floor. There are reports of the movie being stopped and security called. In some instances overseas, police were called too. I'm told the excitement is because of how rare it is to see a zombie on a chicken in the Minecraft game.
That's why.
We spoke to teenagers this morning who were very excited to join in the trend.
I'm going to get her on the trend.
Get out of here.
What are you going to do?
I'm gonna act wild.
Are you going to throw any popcorn?
I'm not going to throw any popcorn. That's too expensive.
Are you guys buying
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Are you going to throw it?
Yes. Oh, maybe.
Where are these kids' parents?
But I know there'll definitely be some people that would throw
So, what do cinema employees think? It's certainly a nightmare to clean up, but it's also the most popular the movies have been in a long time. We'll tell you more in the news at 5.
So it's the most popular that it's been. So that's just, we should justify the reason they're doing it. That's not what she's saying. But come on now. I'm about over seeing these little badass kids throw popcorn all over the movie theater that they do not have to clean up. If ass whippings could come back, I would absolutely give it to all of these children because I don't think that stuff is even remotely cute. They're acting wild. They're all taking their shirts off. Go somewhere else. Take all that pent up energy and take it somewhere else. And where are the parents? I have yet to see one parent come out to reprimand these children to be like, this is not acceptable. I was at the Minecraft the first night it came out with my kids. I took my son and his 2 friends to the movies and my youngest son too. So there was 5 of us there, right? So we're all at the movies. When this chicken jockey scene erupted, you know what the kids did in my movie theater? They clapped. They got excited. They cheered. They clapped. The fact that we've just made it so normal for everybody to try to one-up the next person with, oh, let's throw the popcorn. The kids lifting the chicken. There was a movie theater out in the valley where I'm at where somebody body slammed a person, and this was days after the release. I'm like, you guys are nuts. And your parents don't check you? Oh my gosh. I just would never have gotten away with any of this stuff. Ever. We're just publicizing and everybody's smiling like, oh.
Look at the kids are having a good time at the movie theater.
Meanwhile, they've just messed it up for everybody. All the employees have to come in after there and clean it up. I don't think that that's cute. I think that this is just the behavior. This is no different than recording the fights. They're just trying to figure out what is the next level that I can go to. And I'm over it. I'm like, check your kids. And the fact that they haven't, I'm going to go back to it, that not one adult has been like, hey, I didn't raise my kid like that. You guys you're behind it. You support it. You all support this type of behavior. Your kids have poor taste. Your kids are reckless. They need to get in trouble. You probably never gave them a timeout. These are kids who have been never punished. Oh, we cannot punish little Tommy. Well, Tommy needs his ass whooped. I'll tell you that right now. Tommy and Tim and all those boys who are acting crazy like that, they all need to get something besides their little video games taken away from them for 2 days when they freaking freak out. I'm over it. Check your children, people. Check your children.
If instead of dropping bombs from planes, governments drop these black balls, the world could change. In Kenya, millions of these balls are distributed every year. Children launch them with slingshots, tourists drop them from planes, and people throw them around as they walk. Why? Because inside each ball is a tree seed coated with a protective layer. This coating keeps birds and other animals from eating the seed. Once the ball lands and is hit by raindrops, the protective layer dissolves, allowing the seed to sprout. Thanks to this simple idea, thousands of acres of land can become green and full of life once again. If instead of dropping bombs from planes, governments drop these black balls, the world...
Did you step up here so I could be a psychic monkey and tell you about you? It feels like you stepped up here so that I could just tell you about you. Do you know the problem with that? Because let's pretend I did have the capacity to just look at somebody and say, by the way, this is your strength, this is your weakness, this is what you need to be doing differently, and you don't even need to open your mouth. Why would that be a problem for someone who doesn't know themselves? You do understand how many rhetorical questions I'm asking half the time. Why do I ask rhetorical questions rather than just telling you about you?
Because if I don't understand it myself, I don't feel it.
Exactly. I've done you a massive disservice. I've done what everybody else in your life has done. Let me tell you about you. Conveniently, it's going to be what I want to have be true. Right. I don't want to keep perpetuating this cycle. What I'm wanting is for you to go out into the world with a skill. The skill is self-referencing. I can't culture the skill of self-referencing if all I do is just tell you about things rather than help you to become aware of things. Did you step up here so I could be a psychic monkey and tell you about...
If you've never heard of Teal Swan, go check her out. So apparently she's here on the Instagram land. Research her, watch her videos. I noticed her a few years ago because my husband, of course, sent her videos to me. She's very deep. She talks about self-awareness, evolvement of life. There's so many. It's a variety of things that she talks about. She gets very deep. So I recommend going and just going a little bit of a rabbit hole, deep dive with her and just learn more about yourself. I like her. I'm going to give her a thumbs up.
Next time you listen to Rakim, just remember that anything prior to Rakim coming out, nothing sounded like that. There was no rapper out prior to Rakim that rapped like Rakim, that had a voice that was as heavy as Rakim, and was technical. Follow me into a solo, get in the flow. You can picture it like a photo. Music makes mellow, maintain to make melodies for MCs, motivates to break some everlasting.
I don't want to get in trouble.
Think a phrase that's rarely heard. Flip it. Now it's a daily word. Like nobody rapped like that before that. Nobody was rapping like that. It was always like bat, cat, hat, sat, fat.
I second, third, and fourth. What my man said right here. He said nothing but gospel. People don't understand. If you are a certain age, you get it. You get it. Rakim was different. He was complete. They say when, you hear all the time people ask.
All I can hear is the old rap in my head. These are the breaks. They're not lying about this. I mean, I grew up, my dad was heavy into all different types of music. I'm talking psychedelic funk. I'm talking old school music, the Parliament, everything. We were listening to vinyl in my house, okay? Grew up, my dad passed away a year and a half ago. I got vinyl out in my garage. If I had a record player, I'd be playing them. My dad was into all of the music. And I do remember when Rakim, when he first came in the scene, he was like the younger cat of these older dudes who were all doing their kind of music, right? And a lot of them dressed a lot more flashier back then. But he was one of those people who came in and really changed the game. Good for them telling this.
When did you fall in love with hip hop? I said, I kind of had two times really. I would say 1979, Rapper's Delight. I'm 8 years old in the kitchen with my older sister and older cousins, and that came on the radio. I didn't know why it struck me like, what is this? They're rhyming. Rhymes. We do rhymes in school. I could follow this. I was blown away. 1979.
Now what you hear is not a
79. Rapper's Delight. Now, that's when I fell in love with hip hop. I tell people all the time, when I bust my first nut with hip hop, 1987, my melody, Rakim. Because you got to think, by 1987, I'm deep in hip hop. I love everything hip hop. Everything hip hop. Didn't really want to even hear no R&B. I just want to hear hip hop. But he's right. It was like the cat in the hat and sat fat. Now, honorable mention. We can't just disregard LL. We can't disregard LL. LL was not a simplistic rapper, but LL had great bravado and punchlines. But Rakim was.
It's a different type of.
LL rode the beat. Rakim sliced and weaved through the beat. His voice became the beat, in a way. On my melody, 1987, the first time that I recall, because I know I had been listening to the tape for a while. At some point, I caught the lyric. You take 7 MCs, put them in a line. You find 7 more brothers who think they can rhyme. Well, it'll take 7 more before I go for mine. Now that's 21 MCs ate up at the same time.
I take 7 MCs, put them in a line, and add 7 more brothers who think they can rhyme. Well, it'll take 7 more before I go for mine. Now that's 21 MCs, ate up at the same.
I'm in trouble.
I know it sounds simplistic as hell now, but you gotta understand. Back then, that was like, what? This nigga doing math? Take 7 MCs, put them in a line, find 7 more brothers who think they can rhyme. Well, it'll take 7 more before I go for mine. Now that's 21 MCs ate up at the same time. Dude, I was done. I was done. That was MC Jesus to me. Rakim was it. He was the end all and be all. Later on, Kane, you can't discard Kane. Kane has some memorable lines too. Battling me is hazardous to your health. Put a quarter in your ass because you played yourself. Now what? But that was the next year. But Rakim was the first one. So when the young heads, they don't understand. They just think, all the old heads just fuss. Hip hop's different for us.
And the way he dressed.
If you old head, you're Gen Xer and hip hop, you're a hip hop fan. It's different for us. Y'all have never known a world without it. See, we have. We watched it grow. We grew with it. It was like our sibling, and we're very protective of it. Watched it go through its different phases. We watched the simplistic phase. We watched the more technical phase. We watched it get conscious. We watched it get gangster. We watched it get braggadocious. We grew with it. We look at it a little different. It hits us a little differently. But my man didn't say nothing wrong here. Rakim was a different animal.
Next time you listen to...
I love learning about the history of music and hearing about it and talking about it. Told you I grew up very into all of it. My parents, my dad on his side, my mom on her side. I loved it. I was the youngest of 8, so I had older siblings who listened to just about everything. So I love going down memory lane, going into nostalgia land. I was young when all of this came out. I was born in 81. Okay, so I was young, but I remember hearing stuff through older siblings, through my dad, through all of that. You guys, every time we get into these videos, next thing I know, I look at the clock and it's been over 20 minutes. Where does time go? Where does it go? We're just sitting here talking, shooting the stuff, and next thing you know, we're past 20 minutes. I try to keep it to 15 minutes, but I don't think I can. I honestly think I'm too chatty for that. It is going to be my goal, but I don't think so. Especially with the videos that my husband gives me. It's such a variety of videos. I don't know if it's going to be quick little segments or if it's going to be 10-minute pieces. And speaking of 10-minute pieces, sometimes that's all he sends me, and I'm like, gosh. But I get through it. You and I get through it. We're a team here. We got this. If you like this, make sure that you hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button. Okay? And I will see you next time. Peace out.